Well, it's been a short bit since I made the last video. Since then, I threw my back out pretty good. I've been doing, I guess, too much just shovel in the ground, shovel in the wood chips, and then I decided to go full force in the morning and do a workout like I was in my 20s, a bunch of pre-workout, and yep, threw my back out. So that was fun. I'm recovering from that now. Got a bunch of muscle relaxers, but that's not going to stop me. Smaller loads in the shovel, and I asked a neighbor for a wheelbarrow like we were talking about last time. I'm not going to be able to use the trailer here with my back the way it is right now. Next week I kind of have the week off, quote unquote off. My college schedule is such that there's a whole week that I get that's until the next semester starts. So I'm really looking forward to that. And hopefully my back is a little bit better so that I can come out here, make some videos, put some more, I guess the rest of the Big Macs pumpkins in. It's getting towards the end of June, and these got to be in before the end of June. And then by the middle of July, before we go on a trip, I need to have my regular, the jack-o'-lantern, I think they're called like Connecticut something pumpkins. I don't know, you can look at a jack-o'-lantern Connecticut something pumpkins, but they're smaller than Big Macs. So we'll see how those go. So here's the setup I have going on in the back part of the property with the bunch of watermelons, cantaloupes, and pumpkins. Just a regular sprinkle there. Doing this at least every other day for now, and then I think by next week, which is 2 weeks after the last thing that I planted in here was put into the ground, we'll change it to a little bit less frequent. Apparently infrequent watering is better, so the plants have to put down some roots, try to go find some water down below. The biggest change that I'm noticing today, after not coming out here, I think just yesterday, I think it was just yesterday that I didn't come out, so the day before, these mounds, especially over here, this my favorite watermelon mound that I have going on. Oop! We got hit with the water. We got hit. These were not even close to that size coming up. And the only thing I've changed so far is putting down those wood chips on top of these mounds to case it and keep the water retention much better. And it is clearly working out for the better. So I'm real happy about that. And I'm gonna, like I said, with the back problem I got going on, I'm gonna have to do it one small spade shovel at a time coming out here. But that is such a benefit. What I got going on in the small compost pile right here, it's kind of a lazy compost situation. I discovered that the bottom of the egg carton that we get just from HEB are, I guess in no other way, compostable. They're made of just pure recycled paper, and that's the same thing, if not better than putting down cardboard that everybody likes to put down cardboard, especially under wood chips. So at this point, I'm getting those eggshells in there. You can definitely see the eggshells, and I'm putting the egg carton that they came in there as well, kind of chopping it up, just letting it rot how it needs to. I'll probably put some EM1 in there, keep the bacteria growing. One thing I'd like to do here soon, I'm trying to look it up, and there's not much material on it, but I think it'll be worth it to increase the I guess not natural, but it's going to be natural, I guess, once I put it in the ground, but fungus, some sort of mushroom that I can start indoors, which I've done before, where I inoculate some sterilized grain of some sort, like rye grain or something, and then once that is colonized in like a mason jar or something, you can put that in a bigger body of some sort, like a tub of tote of other grain, just more like cocoa coir or something like that, And that part that was already colonized in the grain in the mason jar will colonize the rest of whatever you put it in. And you can theoretically do that just over and over again as much as you want, bigger and bigger as it colonizes. And what I like to do is get a big colony like that of grain spawn out here, probably like oyster mushrooms, that kind of spawn, because that's the easiest and quite honestly cheapest, and throw it into the compost, help break down everything I need to break down in there. It's very hot out here and it's going to dry up, so I'm going to have to water that a lot. I still got these piles over here, and that was just from digging a fire pit. This pile right here, you can see how sandy, and that's my land right there. I'm trying to make that much more healthy, not even close to black. But all this just kind of chop up and put in that compost pile over there, and maybe inoculate it with some grain spawn. We have something going after these leaves right there. Definitely eating a hole right out of them. No clue what that is. I am not experienced enough to diagnose this problem. Heard of stuff. I definitely heard of things like on the many podcasts and YouTube videos that I'm watching, listening to. I mean, there's something right there. I don't know what that is. Some sort of mite. I guess I've heard to just kind of like try to knock these guys off as much as I can. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what those are. So because of the success of putting the wood chips down, due to this summer heat and the necessity of retaining water, I mean, these guys are looking real good, and these have had the wood chips under them pretty much the whole time. That guy is looking like it's probably going to be taken out. I'm gonna, like I said from the beginning, like this little area, I didn't know any better. I just kind of put them in the ground, and I'm definitely going to have to thin it out, it looks like. But back here, because of the success of the wood chips, what I did today was just put down some more wood chips just around whatever is growing, because it seems that everything that I didn't put a wood chip layer under of some sort, like these mounds over here, had no wood chips, and they were the furthest away from the tree line, so less shade. So that back row there, from this perspective, that back row, those is better than the guys out here, even though they had about the same soil. So it seems like the wood chips are a necessity for summer planting in San Antonio. Something's growing here. I don't know what that is. Maybe it can still be saved. Maybe I'll grab one more spade of wood chips and put it down. Whatever that is definitely died, wilted under the heat. But that guy, he might be salvageable, whatever he is. Maybe he's he might be a watermelon. That's a watermelon mound that I put back here. So yeah, these guys are doing just fine. I remember putting more than one in these mounds for sure. So I mean, if this is the one guy that's growing out of here, great, we got one. I guess that's why they tell you to put 3 to, I guess, play the odds. Whichever seed is the best, it'll grow, and whichever one's acclimatized or suited to this area will prosper. And we can use those seeds from that plant to save and plant again next year. However, I do want to get to a more perennial ooh, what is that? Is that a fungus? Or is that just a root? That's just a root. Well, I don't know what it is, but it's a root. I thought it was a little fungus down there, a little mushroom. I get excited when I see them. Anyway, I want to get to planting pretty much all perennials, or at least 80% perennials, and at most 20% annuals, to help the natural ecosystem here. I'm reading and listening to a whole bunch of stuff about just the ways that individuals can help your natural environment, and it's not even, I guess healthy might be the right word. It's not even healthy to suggest that we are not part of the natural environment, because I'm obviously interacting with the environment. And it's not very separate from me, I don't feel. Look at that bean. I'm pretty sure that's a bean. Now, right in the middle of these really well-performing watermelons. Anyway, I watched a video today of a woman who was born in the late 1800s, and it was her in her much older age. She let me turn this around. That woman, when she was coming up, she apparently left the city and went to some sort of rural area. I'll put a link to it in the description down here. And her method of planting things is super simple. I mean, it's not really by the sweat of your brow. It's more of she showed her and her old fragile age, hunchback and everything, just kind of going out there and throwing some potatoes down, grabbing a handful or two of a small hay bale that she had laying around, putting those on top of the potatoes that she just threw on the ground. She didn't really take a shovel or a hoe or anything to put it exactly 1 inch or ½ inch deep, like everything today, where it says till first and then plant right after. Let's just put it in the ground. So I kind of want to get to that level. So we're getting a little bit better at this whole video thing. At least this time I had the screen the correct way, at least the correct way for what I'm trying to do here, making the less phone viewing, more desktop viewing angle, this way. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but I shaved my mustache. Got tired of milk collecting on my mustache and kissing my wife and her saying ew, moisture all over her face. Here is something that I do as far as compost. Again, it's only me and my wife and a couple dogs and cats, so we don't eat that much. Right now we're on a primarily meat and fruit diet. Just kind of the leftovers of fruit stuff. Keep it in the fridge for no real particular reason, I guess just because I don't want it sitting out and stinking up the house or garage or wherever. Yep, just throw that in the little pile here. Again, just lazy compost. And I'll just do that whenever this thing gets full. Take the hoe and move it around a bit. Again, next week I'm hoping to do more videos and more work. Really hope that my back feels better by then. If not, I'm still going to do the videos and work, but it's going to be painful. Hopefully one of my friends comes through with a wheelbarrow that I was trying to borrow from him, or I'll just go get like a second-hand one. Oh, look at that! I left the shovel out there to get nice and soaked. That's good. That's good for metal. I don't know where these videos are going, but for sure this trying to get this micro farm going is going to continue. It doesn't matter if it's on this land or some other land. Wherever I live, this is the, I don't know if you can call it fun or just pure satisfaction. This is really, really fun. At one point I was really satisfied just like trying to try my hand at planting a couple succulents inside. And like I said earlier, I was talking about when I inoculated some spawn grain or grain spawn for mushrooms, and that was really cool just to see life happen from something that I did. It's a fun process, very satisfying, and I can't wait to take maybe some of these to market. For sure I want to cultivate these to for us to eat, the watermelons and cantaloupes for sure. I saw the other day a guy, just down the road, he was selling a whole trailer and truck bed full of watermelons. I just asked him, like, hey, usually sell around here. He's like, yeah, here, and here, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll join that gang around here. It's not a real gang, it's just figure of speech. But it'll be fun. So for now, if you don't mind, the usual ask at the end of videos: like, subscribe, and such. Interact. The more that I get to do this, the happier I am. So you'll be giving me a gift if you do anything: view, like, subscribe, contact. Especially if you have helpful tips. If you see something I'm doing wrong, or you can identify, what's eating the leaves, or if you're satisfied with the advice that I gave as far as the wood chips, putting down the wood chips for this Texas heat. I think that's a big learning curve right there, just to see that in action so quickly. Like, I will definitely be using getchipdrop.com as much as I can with this. I mean, this 1 acre can be completely covered in wood chips. That's another thing I learned today. There's some sort of method called solar something. I don't remember what, like solar burning or something like that, where I started with the wood chips, not for the water retention on the mounds and such. I mean, that just came as like an after bit of when I was searching for what to use these wood chips for, and I'm really glad that I found out that they are good for water retention. But I'm really using them, what I got them for originally was to kill these weeds, these sandburrs, big old stickers. See if I can turn. I mean, these things are nuts. That's just from me being out here. They're sometimes all over the floor in the house, and the dog's paws get them. We obviously trying to control them as much as I can, if not kill them all, and to the effect of killing them all, especially around the house or wherever we walk. I heard of I guess talking about the method of solar something, where you take something like painter's plastic, a kind of big tarp painter's plastic, and lay it down outside on top of whatever you want to kill. Doesn't have to just be weeds, but whatever vegetation. Stake it down, put a light coat of hay or wood chips or something, but either way have the ability for the sun to touch it, and it essentially just fries whatever's underneath it, like a super greenhouse, like a red house. So I might try that. I mean, that might be the cheapest route, as far as the area that I need to burn without using fire out here in Texas. For that amount of area for the cheapest dollar and the quickest. And now that it's summer, it's going to be hot for another couple months. I can definitely do it when we get back from our trip in July. Put that down, and hopefully that'll help a lot. So again, please like, please subscribe, and I guess I'll start ending these videos with I'm Justin Marlowe. I'll see you next time.